Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TC World 2019. Thank you so much for being here, I really appreciate it. If you're watching live with me on Twitch, thank you for hanging out. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. It really does help out the channel. And so we are going to be revisiting Decidueye Ninetales Zoroark, a deck that did really well at the Latin American International Championship, and it also did pretty well at Roanoke. HPK Tank and Dylan, thank you so much for being here. How are you doing, guys? And so the deck in itself is pretty complex, I would say, and it has some pretty amazing turns you can pull off with different spreading turns between Ninetales and Decidueye. And then you also have Zoroark, and you can play around B-strings because you get to do damage whilst you're not attacking, so you get multiple prizes in a single turn. You also have the Larvitar for the mirror matches. You have counter catchers, counter games. You have a lot of options, so let's review them quite quickly. First off, we have Zoroark. The reason why this deck works: its ability trade. You may discard a card and then draw two. That's a way to accelerate the deck. 210 HP, and then Righteous Beating does 20 damage for each of your Pokemon in play. Usually it will be 120 damage. And then with the Decidueye's Feather Arrows ability, you get to place 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So this plus Choice Band allows Zoroark to deal a lot of extra damage. The Decidueye GX in itself is not the greatest attacker. Razor Leaf does only 90 damage for a hefty Grass and 2 colorless energy cost. Therefore, the 2 energy attachment is what's going to make it not very common for us to attack with the Decidueye, although it is an option we should have in the back of our minds. Finally, we have Hollow Hunt GX, which is actually a pretty good GX attack, where we get to put 3 cards from our discard pile into our hand, where we can recycle rare candies, Guzmas, counter catchers, other energies, etc. So getting the Decidueye is going to be pretty important in order for the deck to work out for us, so that Zoroark can deal the extra damage. We have a 3-3 line of Rowlet and Decidueye, and then we have a 3-2 line of Alolan Ninetales. Now, Alolan Vulpix with its Beacon attack allows us to set up quite nicely, searching for 2 Pokemon into the deck, revealing them and put them into our hand. And then Alolan Ninetales GX with its humongous 200 HP and its ability Mysterious Guidance. We can search our deck for 2 item cards when we evolve Alolan Vulpix into Alolan Ninetales. So a pretty good ability, and it will mostly be used to find rare candies and potentially other stuff like Choice Bands or counter gains or counter catchers, something more specific that we need for any given turn. But this is how we are able to now have a very reliable way to set up the Decidueye so that our damage output is increased. And finally, we have this Snowy Wind ability, which deals 70 damage, and then you deal 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. A really nice way to spread damage combined with the Decidueye, where you can set up multiple KOs in a single turn. And finally, with Buzzwole and Naganadel and Blacephalon running rampant in the metagame, Sublimation GX is a great GX attack to have, because if your opponent's active Pokemon is an Ultra Beast, it is immediately knocked out, no matter how much HP it has left. Now, we don't have the Water Ninetales in this deck. This is the 3rd place deck from Roanoke. No Water Alolan Ninetales GX, which is pretty surprising because it really helps out in smoothing out the Blacephalon matchup, but who am I to question the list, right? We have 1 Ditto Prism Star, which can serve potentially as a 4th Zorua, as a 4th Alolan Vulpix, and as a Slugma, so that we can use Smooth Over for Cargo, which is really cool. And then we also have the Larvitar, which with its 2nd strike attack, it deals 10 damage plus 70 more if the opponent's active Pokemon already has 3 or more damage counters. So a real nice way to deal a lot of damage to an opposing Zoroark GX with a single DCE. Now we have 2 AA for draw support, and then finally we have supporters wise and consistency wise, we have 4 Elms, 3 Cynthia, 1 Lily, 3 Guzma, 1 Judge, and 1 Acerola. Very similar to what I was running at the international tournament, although I didn't get to play the supporters there. 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Rare Candy, 2 Timer Ball allows us to set up and find the Pokemon that we need. And then utility cards, we have 2 choice bands, 1 counter gain, 2 counter catcher, 1 enhanced hammer, 1 field lore, 1 rescue stretcher. So a lot of utility there that we can search for with Alolan Ninetales in the beginning and then use later on as well. And then finally, energy wise, we have 4 DCs, 3 fairy energy, and a single rainbow. So let's jump into a ladder and see if we can continue our hot streak from yesterday and keep getting those wins. We ran really well with the Gardevoir deck yesterday, where we got Elm pretty much every single time in our hand, and we were also able to go first, I believe. So hopefully that continues on here, and we can really showcase this deck's power. There's a new regular fire type Ninetales coming. Its ability is basically Light Center. If you can discard 2 basic fire types energy per turn. Do you think it would be a good addition to Blacephalon decks? Perhaps as a 1/1 line, or even with Ditto Prism Star, I could see it being a decent inclusion in the deck, yeah. Okay, so we're actually going second and starting with Vulpix and the Royal Elm. So this might actually turn into just as good a hand as the ones we had with Gardevoir, because off of the Vulpix, off of the beacon, oh, never mind. I was gonna say, off of the beacon, we would be able to search for our ability Pokemon. However, we are seeing apparently, I mean, between the water attack box, the AV start, and the Zoroark plus Slugma backup, I do believe my opponent is playing Glacian GX. So that's gonna put a big setback on our plans. However, my opponent does not find a water energy. So this will lead me, I already have the 2 rare candies, which is actually insane. I already have 2 rare candies in my hand. So what I can actually do is, well, I have a couple of options, right? I have a couple of options. Alex, yeah, I think you should play Gardevoir GX for the League Challenge. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna beacon. The question is, do I beacon for Alolan Ninetales GX? Do I attach to Vulpix? No, I think I'm just gonna attach to Zoroark, right? I could go and grab a Guzma. But yeah, I mean, I have this Cynthia. I'm just gonna beacon for double Decidueye here. This is actually a pretty thick hand to have. Yeah, just gonna grab double Decidueye. So even if I don't have abilities, I will be like fully set up. I will have thinned the 2 rare candies and the 2 Decidueyes. And once that Glacian goes down, Decidueye is just gonna be amazing, right? Zuru, I usually make the chat box visible. Well, I used to, but a lot of people said it took up way too much space. So I decided to remove it. I could add it back. Yeah, I could add it back if people want it, right? I could definitely add it back if people want it. And Bamber, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. I guess, yeah. I guess I can bring it back. Yeah. Okay, so the chat box could be coming back if you guys, and then I'll make it small so that it doesn't occupy a lot of space, right? Yeah, but people were telling me that my videos were looking like super cluttered. It had everything all over the place. Don't really have a sponsor anymore, so that's why I removed the sponsor box as well. If you know of anyone who would like to showcase their brand on my channel, let them know that I'm looking for a sponsor. Okay, so we have Zoroark here, right? My opponent also has a pretty decent start, but him missing the energy drop is actually huge. Well, not huge, but significant, right? It's actually significant. Okay, so I only get a DC to retreat. I do feel like I should use the initiative I have here, even if it's at the cost of a DCE. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach it, retreat it, and then I am hitting for 110 damage, right? So that seems good enough. Since I am going to take the initiative, I wouldn't mind Ultra Balling away for another Zoroark. However, I think I might just wait and then Professor Elms instead next turn. Because that way I can get a Zora and the Ditto to potentially get my cargo afterwards. Okay, so there's a Great Ball to start us off. And okay, that definitely looks super, super small. The Baylirans, thank you so much. The Baylirini, thank you so much for the follow. You're fine either way. I mean, I think I actually do like it. Right? I do think I like it. That text is definitely too small though. Can someone type something so I can check the size of the font? I guess I should just change the width and the height. Okay, so we do get damaged. We also get our energy removed, and that's, yeah, that was my biggest fear here. Ugh. That was in fact my biggest fear here. Because now we're definitely in trouble. Now we are most definitely. Oh, I should have grabbed another full picks because this one's going down potentially. That DC draw though. That DC draw was harsh. That buys my opponent the turn that he needed in order to start making this comeback. And hello, this Volga. Hello, Paul. Thanks so much for being here. Hope you're doing well. Okay, the chat font is still pretty small, I would say. There we go. Okay. And then oh, there you go. That looked decent. Okay. That should be decent enough. I could also just put the chat box under me as it's supposed to go. And then have the chat box frame. Suru, thanks so much for the follow. And the chat box. Okay. Maybe that will work. Okay, so Vulpix is down, Zoroark is down as well. Okay, now my counter catcher works, however. So that's good, right? Because I can double counter catcher this turn to get a KO on this and activate my abilities. Okay, definitely evolving. I'm definitely gonna counter catcher the Macargo, right? Okay, and then I 100% need to go for Lele for Cynthia here. I need more resources. I would love to grab Macargo, but Macargoing for the Cynthia feels a bit redundant here. So I'm gonna go ahead and Cynthia. Well, Judge also isn't hurt now. My opponent has 2 Zoroarks and a Macargo, never mind. Nick Massa, thank you so much for the follow as well. Okay. And yeah, Alexis, everything's good. Thank you so much for asking. How about yourself? Glade. Unfortunately, I appreciate the offer. Yeah, I appreciate the offer, but unfortunately, I cannot accept trades in this account. That's the issue. Yeah, I unfortunately cannot accept trades on this account because it's a demo or marketing account. Okay, so I can technically get Macargo out. Can technically get Macargo out here. I think I'm gonna need these two. Wait, this is gonna be very rough though. Counter gain. Okay, so my feather, here's the plan. Yeah, I'm gonna evolve into Macargo. And then the plan here is to go smooth over for the counter gain. Yeah, and then hopefully it doesn't get removed. The plan is going to be to Feather Arrow this guy. Okay, the Vulpix is nice actually. So I am going to Feather Arrow this guy because I can just KO this guy, right? And I'm probably gonna have to, or I'm probably going to Acerola, heal the Zoroark. Okay, and so I get a knockout. I disrupt him a little bit, just a tiny, teeny little bit. We get a DCE, which is nice in case we lose the counter gain or the energy. This is definitely gonna be a bit difficult to deal with, although my opponent promoting the Zoroark could indicate a Guzma play, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Does go after the Magcargo, right? Does indeed go after the Magcargo. So I'm gonna need more energy in order to deal with this. Or I'm gonna need the other counter catcher. So losing the Magcargo is actually a big deal. Losing the Magcargo is actually a very big deal. Okay, I think I definitely take a knockout with Zoroark here though. I might have to Acerola the Vulpix, although no, I actually don't mind losing the Vulpix too much. I think I just take the knockout here. If I attach the DZ, I'll probably lose it to another Enhanced Hammer. Right? I mean, well, I think I have to risk it though. So this is 100 damage, right? This is 100 damage. Okay, so I get 2 prizes. That's my 3rd DCE, however. Ooh, that's my 4th DCE. Okay, with the DCE, I can knock out this Glacian. With the DCE, I can in fact knock out the Glacian. I do risk my opponent having, in that huge hand, having Kukui, Choice Band, and a full bench to just knock out my Lele. But there's literally nothing I can do about that. Right? There's nothing I can do about that. Glacian is a pretty good counter to this type of deck. We see a Eevee get benched. We haven't seen an energy or another Enhanced Hammer, which is good. There's the energy. So sure, my opponent gets a knockout on the Vulpix. Oh, he did have the Enhanced Hammer. Darn it. They always have it, don't they? They always have it. Okay, I think that's poor planning by my opponent. Like, you don't need to take a prize card there, right? Okay, and he's definitely gonna have a Kuzma, right? There's no way he does not have a Kuzma here. That Enhanced Hammer is super annoying though. And now I can't even bench my Zorua now. I actually cannot bench the Zorua. So what's better to attack with, the counter gain or the DCE? Counter gain only does 80 damage, but that should be enough. Yeah, there's no way we're going to win this one. There's just no way. This whole guy, you looked at the Lost March list. It's 100% the shuffle Marshadow, this Volga. Because you're thinning a lot, right? Like, the Skiplums thin out the Jump Love, you have Great Balls, you have Elms, you're thinning a lot, and the idea is to have some sort of Pokemon draw without risking the GX move. I mean, not the GX move, sorry, a Pokemon GX. Yeah, so it's definitely 3 of the regular Marshadows. It's really great draw, and I would definitely recommend you play out. Like, you don't have 3 in order to use 3 throughout the game. Yeah, you have 3 because it's a good option to have. It disrupts your opponent, and Acerola, and you can that's interesting. And you can get rid of the surplus ones with Lost Splendor. Yeah, so that's the main idea behind that. How long do I plan on streaming today, Zuru? Probably for around 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. Yeah, because I do have coaching to do afterwards. But probably for around 2 more hours from this point onwards, maybe a little bit more. Okay. Grabs the Guzma, so I feel it's a bit of a waste here. The third place list did not have max potion, right? He's using up his Lele's in order to thin, right? She's using. I don't know if it's a he or a she because the name is Gabriel and it's a girl avatar. Yeah, I don't think I'm winning this one by... There's no way. Because I can't heal this Lele anymore. And it's like, sure, I can judge, right? I can judge, but I can never heal this Lele anymore. Because my rainbow energy is gone. Right? My rainbow energy is gone. Yeah, so there's no way I win this match. No way I win this match. Really terrible draw here. And then she has triple trade anyways. And she has a bunch of energy left in her hand. That's my last DC as well. So yeah, there's just no way. I'm just gonna concede here. Like, we're just dragging the game along. The Glacian Lock was just too strong, right? The Glacian Lock was just incredibly strong. And my opponent got the Enhanced Hammers at exactly the right moment, right? We also got that DCE off of the Cynthia, which we used to retreat, rather than a basic energy or rainbow energy, which meant we didn't have follow-up attack, and that completely turned the tide of the game. Yeah. Okay, so I would like to go first. I would not recommend trying one Marshadow GX this Volga, because the whole point of the deck is it's trying not to play any GXs. Yeah, that's like the whole idea behind the deck. Zuru. Will I be playing Blacephalon? Probably not today, but the second place list rather just got published and it did look pretty interesting. So I will probably be using that probably tomorrow in tomorrow's stream. Yeah, so I don't think I'm playing Blacephalon today, but probably tomorrow. Maybe I'll have time today, but I doubt it. Yeah. How much do I like the new Lost March list in general? Seems interesting, but not sure if it was just good luck and dodging bad matchups. I mean, good luck and dodging bad matchups to go 9-0 and then all the way to top 8. I feel like there has to be some merit to the deck, right? Like, no deck can get lucky for 15 rounds in or 14 rounds in a row. Yeah? Or it would be incredibly... like an incredible coincidence. Yeah, so I would definitely say the new Lost March list is pretty good. You do have to avoid the bad matchups such as Decidueye, right? And other spread decks, but I have something in my eye. I've had it all morning. Okay, so we got a pretty underwhelming turn 1, and my opponent got a pretty strong turn 1. So sure, I get a Decidueye, right? And sure, I have a Zoroark to attack with. I will probably end up trading the Counter Catcher. And okay, so at least the Lele can be nice. I mean, I could judge. I honestly think I have to judge here, because my opponent already has a Ninetales and a Gardevoir. So I'd rather try and disrupt that a little bit, yeah. Patelne, did I go to Roanoke? No, I did not go to Roanoke, since I am limiting travel to once a month, and I already went to, I think I'm gonna pressure the Mudkip. That seems like the best target here, because if I can eliminate the Mudkip, that really stops my opponent big time. So I'm limiting travel to once a month. I went to Brazil. I guess I went to Brazil to tour around more than anything, but But no, I did not go to Roanoke. No, Ultra Necrozma will be the next deck, Dalton. Ultra Necrozma will be the next deck. Okay, seems like my opponent's going to try to buy himself some time. That's why, I mean, he promoted the route, so I assumed he already had Rare Candy Cardi, but it was in fact kind of a bad draw for him. He does grab the Swampert and the Gardevoir, so I am 100% going to Guzma the Mudkip if I am not able to get a Rare Candy off of this trade. Yeah, so I'm gonna trade first. And then we'll see what we get. Because if I can get a Rare Candy, which I cannot, I could have Double Feather Arrow, knocked out the Mudkip, and then eliminated perhaps a Ralt or hit into the Lele. You know? However, with the way things are looking, I'm just gonna go ahead and Timer Bowl. Double Heads is actually pretty lucky, right? Because then I have another chance at getting the Rare Candy. It's not very likely. It's very probably not going to happen, but this is the importance of making a plan and trying to see as many cards as you can before fully committing. Okay, so it's not going to happen. I'm gonna go ahead and target down the Mudkip to eliminate my opponent's potential draw power later on. And then the Feather Arrow, I believe, will go into softening up the Vulpix. No, softening up the Ralts, I guess. Let me think this through. I mean, no, I'm gonna 2-hit KO the Gardevoir anyway, so I think I'm gonna pressure the other Ralts. Yeah. And then the Rainbow Energy is interesting. Who should get the Rainbow Energy? ¿Cuál crees que es el mejor deck del meta, Raimundo? No creo que haya un solo mejor deck. Do you think Metagross Solgaleo with a new promo Solgaleo to prevent getting obliterated by Blacephalon could do well in the current meta? Perhaps, but it is a matter of setting up so many stage 2s though. Okay, so who gets the Rainbow? I guess the Decidueye, so I can potentially Hollow Hunt later on. And then goodbye Mudkip, therefore goodbye Swampert, and that should really slow down my opponent's deck. Really should slow him down. So we definitely recovered very nicely from our quite slow start. Okay, definitely need to make the chat font smaller. And then less tall. Okay, so my opponent does get a Gardevoir set up. That is completely fine by me. It feels weird to be in a metagame where you're struggling to look through your balls to find great balls. Yeah, I ended up buying like 16 great balls after Feely, I believe. Yeah, I ended up buying 16 great balls after Feely because I assume it's going to be a heavily played card from here on out. Okay, so there goes the Swampert, right? Which is good. 2 Guzmas are gone as well, which is also good information to have. Double Gardevoir is definitely very scary to be staring down though. Double Gardevoir is very scary to be staring down. So scary that I might actually just try to... I mean, either I deal with both Gardevoirs or I try to deal with one on KO lately. Right? I am guaranteed a second Decidueye next turn, which is good. Hopefully my opponent did not draw enough cards to one-hit kill my Zoroark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oof. Okay, so he almost... Oh no, he did get the... Oh my gosh, he did get the one-hit kill. Oh wow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's only 140 damage. Okay. So that's bad news. That is 100% bad. Bad news. I thought we were in a great spot, and then my opponent got that crazy Lily. Jeez. Oh boy. I mean, I'd rather lose the Lele than the Zoroark, right? Okay. So let's grab Ninetales so that we can grab Rare Candy and potentially Choice Band. Okay, definitely Rare Candy. So let's think about the Choice Band. 170 plus 2 abilities. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab the Choice Band. I really need to draw my DCE though. If I don't draw my DCE, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm gonna hit for 170 plus 1 ability onto this guy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh. We have 1 trade to get this. Okay, I'm gonna thin 1 extra card. Oh boy, please deck, don't fail me like this. Don't fail me like this. I don't wanna even look. Please, please. No, that's the wrong energy. That's game. That is unfortunately, well, I can Holo Hunt, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He needs 2 more. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I'm gonna have to Holo Hunt, right? Gonna have to Holo Hunt. Oh, jeez. I mean, odds, I guess, were not great. Okay, so I'll Holo Hunt, and then I'm gonna grab a DCE, Choice Band, right? And then, I mean, I have to assume the worst. Decidueye goes down, right? I won't have time for another Decidueye. 170, I do get a KO here, but then how do I get a knockout? How do I get 4 prizes? That's how I'm not seeing it. Unless my opponent is just completely dead drawing off of this. Definitely not the Zoroark line, definitely not the Field Blower. Perhaps a Judge? Judge doesn't seem great either though. Maybe Kuzma? Okay, I think I'm gonna grab it like this. Because my play might be to spread? I'm not even sure at this point. I don't think I can win this game anymore. Do you think this deck needs a Deoxys to help deal with this matchup? No, I don't think so. Wow, there's a DC, there's a Cynthia. Am I going to Anaheim? Yes, I am, Patel. Y Raimundo, creo que tiene un match complicado, pero si utiliza 2 max pociones, eso puede ayudarle a ganar. Okay, there's the Infinite Force KO, right? So, maybe I did need the Choice Band. 130, no, Zoroark can never one-shot this guy. Okay, so I can KO this Carnivore, right? But I should have gotten the Judge, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 180 plus the Choice Band. So I have enough damage here, right? I have enough damage to KO the Guardy. So then I'm gonna put back the Rowlet. Jumpert is way better than Zoroark. Yeah, most of the time it should be better than Zoroark. We will discard the Timer Ball. We will go ahead and discard the Timer Ball. Zero is not going to be useful here for sure. Our last Decidueye is prized. Oh no, I have it in my hand. Never mind. So I won't grab anything. And then I'm gonna go ahead and Lily for 3. There's the Rare Candy. I will go ahead and trade the Larvitar. Okay. So I think the game is going to come down to can I find a DCE next turn, and or does my opponent knock out my Lily? Right? If he knocks out the Lily, he wins, of course. If he somehow doesn't get the knockout on the Lily, then we need Guzma plus a DCE to knock out the Lily. So we'll see. Maybe Baby Makiarna from Lost Thunder? I don't even know what that does. What do you think about Gardevoir GX, Ninetales GX with Zoroark GX? Without Swampert and the Super Boost Energy, Nick Massa, I think it is strictly inferior to the Swampert version. Yeah. Okay, so maybe my opponent doesn't have the cards yet. Does Power Trade? Are we gonna see a Well Played? Ooh, there's the Energy Lodo. There's a Fairy. So there's one energy that he needs. And there's a Well Played. Oh. Yep, so he was missing one energy. He had the rare candy. If I had grabbed the Judge, I might have been able to win this game. If I had grabbed the Judge, I might have been able to win this game. Evan did get a pretty insane turn off that Lily when I KO'd the Mudkip. Was it better to KO the Ralts? Arguably, I mean, after seeing what happened, sure. But before that, I don't know. I don't think, like, yeah, I don't think Zoroark is better than Swampert combined with Gardevoir. Yeah. Did I get the top 8 stipend for Australia? No, Dalton. I am not going to Australia because I did not get the stipend. Okay. So I've decided I'm not going to Australia and I'm going to go to Collinsville Regionals instead in February. Yeah, so I won't be going to all internationals for the first time since their inception. And it's okay. Yeah, I've made my peace with it. Thank you, Alex. I'm glad you like the soundtrack. Okay. So what in the world are we playing against? We're playing against Coldfire Krigas with Giratina and Marshadow. And we just got Marshadowed, so seems like we're not going to win a game today. Okay, that's a good top deck. We're probably gonna lose this Zorua though, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Lily. I'm not gonna commit the DC there. I will bench, and then I will pass. If he knocks me out, he knocks me out. And we win, okay. Which decision did Volga? What are you talking about? And Zuru, yeah, that's actually the Ultra Beast battle music from Pokemon Sun and Moon. So definitely would remind us of Blacephalon. Okay, so we finally got a win with this deck. Oh, the one where they took out all your supporters. I mean, yeah, it's their rule though. It's their rule. It's their rule, so nothing I can do. I appealed. They told me, well, we're not disqualifying you. If we thought there was cheating intent, we would be disqualifying you. I was like, sure. Kuzaki, thanks so much for the follow. Sure, you are not disqualifying me, right? I'm not trying to cheat. I was just a silly person who forgot to write down their supporters. But by removing all my supporters from the deck, you are effectively disqualifying someone, right? Like, they're not going to win another game. Ever. In the rest of the tournament. Okay, so we're up against Gramble. We are up against Gramble. What do I think of Metagross Ninetales? Could it be good? I mean, Ninetales makes any stage 2 potentially playable, right? However, Metagross, I'm not sure it's definitely not the most broken stage 2 that I would want to play. Gardevoir seems more broken because it doesn't have a damage cap. So Galio seems more broken as well because it has a much higher damage cap than Metagross. So it could be good, Aqualad. It definitely could be good. Just not sure it's better than the other stage 2s. Yeah, but Ninetales definitely could be a good boost for Metagross for sure. Elms and Ninetales are good boosts for Metagross. Okay, so that's a different Snubble, isn't it? Yeah, reckless charge. Interesting. Zuru, they didn't get. It is true, but they didn't get disqualified from top 4. They never played the final match because, well, I guess they technically got disqualified in top 4. Yeah, the person who was the Brazilian player who was supposed to play the final match ended up getting disqualified over an alleged stacking, yeah, of their deck, and the evidence was pretty brutal against him. Yeah, it's like he looks at his deck. The camera looks when he's looking at his deck. There's an Alolan Mock at the top. He shuffles. His opponent does not cut, and then he top decks the Alolan Mock, which coincidentally is really useful against Granbull decks, right? So a bit too much of a coincidence, right? Okay, so I do have double Zoroark, so I might forgo the Vulpix and just grab Zoroark here. Plus the Rowlet. I'm probably gonna lose the active Rowlet, but I do already have a rare candy, which is nice. So we'll just go with this. Yeah, so yeah, it is true, Zuru. The final match was actually just not played. Okay, Ranguru. How does someone stack a deck? I mean, you arrange the cards, right, in your deck, and then draw them in the order in which you left them there, I guess. Will he be banned permanently? Honestly, I don't know. Pokemon treats bans very differently, it seems, from one case to the other. There's no like guidelines on if you did X, you will receive Y punishment. Yeah, so we actually do not know. You know, we actually do not have that crucial piece of information. But I would expect him to be banned for a certain amount of time. Yeah, not sure how long, but probably for a decent amount. Okay, so I will set up a Decidueye. And then, okay, so my goal, I mean, I could prevent him getting a knockout, but this list is not running Switch, which is another thing I don't like. So I think I'm gonna feather out this novel for now. Thanks so much. Newt the Crank for the follow. I'll end up trading this for my last trade. And I'll bench the Ditto and then I will pass. Alex, are there any changes that you would make to the Gardevoir deck, or should you play it as it is for the challenge? I mean, Jimmy Pendarvis, the regional winner, commented on my video that the list was accurate, except he was running one Lily instead of the 4th Cynthia. So you could do that change and then be playing the champion deck. Yeah. Wow, my opponent actually chooses to blind instruct rather than getting the knockout, which makes sense because he really needs a nurse novel down. Really needs a nurse novel down, and that's exactly what he finds. Okay. So we see a shrine as well, which is definitely annoying. But off of one card and Noma Cargo, I'm hoping that I will be able to just take down this Granbull. Yeah. Okay. So first things first, let's evolve. No, I don't think we evolve. I think we trade first. I mean, eliminating this Logma is very enticing, but eliminating the Granbull is also pretty good here. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna end up using Lele for a supporter. Or not. Okay, so I do find him a cargo, which is nice. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab the counter game. No field blower either because it's priced. And I'll grab the choice band to thin. Let's choice band this guy, and then we'll Cynthia. We need any energy works. Oh, come on. Any energy. This just keeps happening. Any energy would have worked. DC or any basic energy since we're losing. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I guess we're not taking a knockout here. So Zuru, don't I think it's foolish to do such a thing considering that him making it in top 4 is such a gathering itself is a great feat? Yes, but as Dalton said it, it's like they caught him in top 4 because he was streamed. That doesn't mean he only cheated in top 4. He might have cheated all the way up to the final or up to the top 4, right? So H2WMs, what is the best Banjo-Kazooie game? The first one, 100%. 100% the first one. I never even played Nuts and Bolts. I never even played Nuts and Bolts. Okay, so we know we're getting an energy here over top deck. So I'll attach that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and Cynthia. So, ooh, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and Timer Ball. Any head flip. Why? Why does this happen to me? I'm gonna smooth over. I mean, I can't smooth over for this, but then I'm left very vulnerable, and I don't need this right away. I'm gonna smooth over for a Zoroark here. Yeah, I'll smooth over for a Zoroark. I know I can't evolve yet either, but if I lose the Zoroark, I need something else, right? Things are definitely not looking great for us though. 120, so I need knockout here. Shrine has now dealt enough damage to where my Zoroark will go down to a scramble. If he manages to go down to a 0 card hand size, we'll take a knockout. Do you think we'll just be in a Zoroark GX and Ninetales GX until they rotate out? Yeah, I think they're definitely going to see play every time. What is my favorite Gen 1 shiny? Ooh. Yeah, probably Nidoqueen. Well, Nidoqueen is my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. But my favorite Gen 1 shiny? Let me think of the Gen 1 shinies. I like shiny Mew. I like shiny Ditto. I like shiny Mewtwo as well. Shiny Nidoqueen is actually meh. Shiny Nidoking. I guess I like blue Pokemon. What else? Shiny Dratini looks pretty cool. Shiny Gyarados looks pretty cool. I should have traded that Tyrant Ball, right? There's the Diantha. So grabbing probably Ultra Ball and Snubbull. Although my opponent has not played an Ultra Ball, has he? Oh no, he has. Yeah, you grab Ultra Ball and Snubbull, you Ultra Ball away the 2 cards, you set up a Macarlo. And then we're in a lot of trouble because we lost the counter gain for nothing. Shiny Dugtrio looks cool too, yeah. Rescue Stretcher and Ultra Ball, interesting. Why would you grab Rescue Stretcher and Snubbull? I guess it's technically the same thing. Paul, you play Marshadow GX in your Lost March deck. It surprises all the Zoroark players. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. It's like having Marshadow GX in Night March as well. You like Shiny Butterfree? Yeah, Shiny Butterfree looks cool. Okay, I'm actually now curious. I'm gonna open the Gen 1 shiny sprites and I will tell you guys which ones I like. I like shiny Alakazam. I like shiny Butterfree. I like shiny Charizard. Shiny Chansey actually looks cool, I think. Shiny Ditto. Shiny Dratini. Shiny Electrode. Shiny Ghastly looks awesome. Too bad that Gengar doesn't really look very different. Shiny Gyarados. And then Shiny Lapras looks cool. Oh, Shiny Weezing. Shiny Weezing is actually probably one of my favorites. Okay, so I definitely need to Gale Magcargo, I think, in order to have any semblance of a chance. Okay, I top decked the TCE. Oh, and I had Counter Catcher, I guess. So I could have judged, actually, instead of Guzman. Oops. I mean, I'll set up the second Decidueye then. Things are not looking great for sure, though. Things are not looking great for us. Apparently, we're not going to win a single game with this deck. Doesn't seem like we're going to win a single game with this deck. Okay, Field Blower. Maybe that stops my opponent from getting a knockout on my Zoroark. I'll go ahead and Guzma this friend. And I have knockout, right? So who gets a double Feather Arrow? Probably the Gramble, right? Probably the Gramble. Doesn't this list play Alolan Mach? No, it does not. The third place list does not play Alolan Mach. It plays Magcargo instead. Otherwise, I would definitely be using Alolan Mach for the Ditto. Shiny Rapidash looks cool, yeah. Shiny Duck Trio. Trading the Timer Ball is almost like flipping double heads, indeed. The list also does not play Water Ninetales, no. Okay, so what else? Shiny Mewtwo, I've already said. Shiny Nidoking. Shiny Nidoking is meh. It's okay. Nothing special though. Shiny Poliwrath I do like. What else? Shiny Weezing, I already said. I mean, all of those are cool. Shiny Venusaur looks cool as well, I think. Okay, so double Magcargo. I mean, double Oranguru. My opponent chooses to bench a Ditto, so gives me a prize, right? Will Palpad, Diantha, and Apricorn Maker. What's the last card he has? Does it not play? Yeah, it doesn't play the Water Ninetales. I already answered that. I was just reading again. Yeah, this list does not have a good Gravel matchup indeed. Zuru, you think PTCGO, you think Pokemon Program PTCGO such that heads tails ratio for time roll flips are 30-70? I mean, I would not be surprised if that was the case. Okay, so all out for some damage, right? And then 3 cards in my opponent's hand. I feel like Ninetales is the key to winning this game. So I don't think I can trade anything. Well, I mean, I definitely can. If Ninetales is the key, then I won't grab. Okay, I have knockout on the active, right? And I have knockout on the Ditto as well. So I'm gonna smooth over for... I mean, I guess I can Counter Catcher, Chaos Logma, and the Ditto? This deals 140 damage. Ugh, it'd be close to getting a knock. No, I have to eliminate the active. I definitely think I have to eliminate the active. I think now's the time for Judge. Just to give him extra cards. I think now's a good time for Judge. It also gives me extra cards. Can't believe giving extra cards to an opponent is actually a good thing. So I'll do this, and then I will Judge. Ninetales could be a key to winning this match though, for sure. I mean, I'm assuming we're gonna find a basic, or I can just Feather Arrow. Yeah, if need be, but I was assuming we would find a basic, and we did. Yeah. Right there, yeah, only 80 damage indeed. I'll grab the Acerola. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and if we didn't, then I would definitely make sure I used a Feather Arrow. Yeah. That's why I hadn't Feather Arrowed yet. That's why I waited for the Feather Arrows. Okay, so KO Ditto doesn't really make it, like it accelerates my win condition by 1 turn by having that KO. So if my opponent can pull this off, he pulls it off, and then nothing we could have done. Yeah. If he doesn't, then maybe we have a chance. If he doesn't, then I think if he doesn't win this turn, or if he somehow doesn't get a Gramble, we can win by knocking out Slugman Snowball. That's very unrealistic though. There's a Macargo. There's an Energy. There's a Shrine. And there's this Smooth Over for Ultra Ball, Instruct for 1, Ultra Ball away. Everything, grab a Gramble, deal 160, knock out the Zoroark. What do you think about setting up a Decidueye to attack rather than Ninetales? Possibly good. Yeah, possibly good. Oh, my opponent went for the Gramble rather than the Ultra Ball. That was very silly. He definitely had Ultra Balls left. That was actually very silly. Wow, he messed that up. My opponent actually messed. He had game and then he messed it up. Oh no, there he has it. Oh my gosh, he got that off of the... Wow. How to almost throw a game. How to almost throw a game. So yeah, setting up a Decidueye, potentially a decent option, but we relied on finding the 1 rainbow, which I guess was possible. I guess finding the rainbow was possible. I really needed the judge though. I didn't want to rely 100% on finding that rainbow. Wow, okay, so we were not able to win a game with the Decidueye. Yeah, with this super hyped and super good deck. Yeah, my choice as well for the Latin American International. We were not able to win a legitimate game today. We almost won that game because of my opponent's misplay. That would have been pretty weird if that happened, but it did not. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, it really helps out the channel. And if you're live with me on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We are now going to be taking a look at Dalton's top 8 Ultra Necrozma Malamar deck list. Don't go anywhere, guys. I will be right back in just